So we've got a valve amp here, a tube amp here, courtesy of John, our new guy doing electronics and other such things. He has this rather exciting Selmer Treble N Bass 50, which dates from the 1960s at some point. It's very original, even got the original slip cover. And, well, what do you think? Turn this to passive and it sounds like this. So that is with the tweeter all the way off. Lots of clarity. Still got both pickup. Oh, we're rolled back a bit. We're at that neck pickup slightly down, bridge pickup full state, which is popular on jazz basses. Let's roll the tone off. That's a sort of doomy thing, but I need my dirt for that. So, neck pickup, still on passive, tone all the way up now. Active, give it a bit of bass boost. Tweeter halfway. Tweeter off. Ah, rusty. This is fun. This is a fun amp. It's sort of responsive. It's quite hummy. Oh, but I guess I'm on the bridge pickup on its own, and they're probably not humbuckers, or it wouldn't sound quite as jazzy. Let's put them equal. Still a bit hummy, not as bad hummy. I'm used to playing basses with humbuckers all the time, so it's a bit confusing. Sorry for the messiness, but I'm kind of wanting to attack it and hear what it does in response to what my hand's doing. You know, that kind of feedback, that kind of, there's the volume knob, that dynamic, responsive, interactive-y thing. So let me, it's quite light, it's very light for a valve head. Let me just tip the cap, just going to do something aesthetically horrible now and put a amp that's wider than the cab, put it in the same sort of place in the room. Well, it could be more offensive. That's not too bad, is it? Let's bring this forwards a bit. No, it's got a sort of quirky charm, hasn't it? Cab narrower than head in a strange vintage way. That's tweeter off. A lot of clarity, isn't there? I mean, that's the great thing about these 10s. When I originally designed them, I called them the 10CR for ceramic retro, but they're not as super honest and clean as these, but they aren't retro in the extreme sense of the word. They're not muffled and woolly and whatever. They just got a bit of vibe. You're sounding out of tune. I think I should stop there before I get too annoyed with intonation. So, So yeah, we've got this Selmer. I don't know how much the time it's going to be here, if it's going to be visiting or staying, but it's available, so that's quite fun for demoing stuff. This is the Selmer Treble N Bass, so it's meant for guitar use as well. So videos to come on that front. An interesting little aside, that riff I was just playing, I wrote during half term on classical guitar at my in-laws. And then I came back and started playing it on my acoustic bass at home, so not an electric bass and a big old acoustic bass guitar. And it didn't really work, and I had to think about changing how I played it to make it work. So if you've ever fiddled around with chords, and I don't think, well, listening to records you wouldn't think any bassist did, but there are chords out there, there's more chords than you realise. But if I play these chords like this, it's kind of muddy. Sorry, I haven't quite got the knack of it, but so that's playing with all three fingers. I say all three, these three fingers at once, yeah? But if I play it like this, so I'm using the index finger to rake from the octave down to the fifth, it's just a power chord, and then using the thumb to play the root pushing that way, so you basically get the octave at the same time as the root, but the index finger is activating the octave closer to the bridge and with a pointiness, so you get more of the harmonics than with the flat of the thumb, which damps more of the upper harmonics. And then, so you get that simultaneously, so the octave dominates. Almost sounds like there's an octave pedal underneath, an octave down, compared to, yeah, because that's the equivalent. So that's how I was fingering it before, just taking out the fifth in the middle. Sorry. So it's that doesn't work as well as, and then you can put the fifth in the middle. So instead of it being like, it becomes like, so you're not hitting the fifth as hard, and it's happening afterwards, and your ear locks on to the notes that come first, because that's the way our ears work. Otherwise echoes and reverb would confuse us far too much. Quite nice, isn't it? And aside. So that's Sire set flat, Selmer set flat, 210 standing on its end, tweeter all the way off. It's cool, cool. Let's say goodbye with a little. Cool. I'd like to hear how loud that goes in a band. I suspect it's a lot louder than you think you'll get out of a 50-watt head into a 2x10 cab. Yeah, pretty cool. I'll be back with more. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, soon. Alex from Barefaced, doing bass. We do guitar too, but I don't do guitar. I do have, here's a bit of an odd thing. Let's see if I can get to it without running out of lead length. A little thing. Wattplower, courtesy of the kind folks at Reverend. Thanks to Mike Watt. Notice the odd thing about it at the moment. Can you see what's odd about it? Let me know if you can, and if you can tell what's odd about it, we could do some videos with that. It's something very new to me that I'm learning about. So yeah, different, very different. Goodbye, again, finally. Now, how do I get to this button without knocking over the tripod?